This video isn't meant to scare you of what life is like being an entrepreneur, but these are just things that really happen on the daily of being an entrepreneur. I'm not making these up, and this is not clickbait, and I'm going to be sharing you with some downsides of being an entrepreneur and just really the truth of what it is like being an entrepreneur and living on the daily. Now, before we jump into the video, at any time between now until the end of the video, if you found some value in the video, make sure you hit the like button. It massively helps out with the YouTube algorithm and helps out the channel and boosts my videos to more people, and so other people can see this video. Also, feel free, you can get your 2 free stocks down below when you deposit $100 through Webull. Those stocks are valued up to $1,850, so feel free to get your 2 free stocks through Webull. Now, with that being said, today's video is all about 4 downsides of being an entrepreneur. The first point I want to go over of some downsides of being an entrepreneur is you'll absolutely spend all your time on your business. So being an entrepreneur, your business is your success, is your road to success. And the more time you put into your business, the faster you're going to put that progress all the way to the finish line and beyond of reaching your goal, basically. So being an entrepreneur, you usually wake up very early, spend a lot of time on your business, usually over 10 plus hours, more than your 9 to 5, however many hours that may be. Usually as an entrepreneur, you'll spend a ton of time Monday to Friday, even weekends as well, depending on the person. I do spend every single day working on my business because it is what makes me money after all. So you will definitely spend all your time on your business as an entrepreneur. This is without a doubt. In the beginning, being an entrepreneur, you're going to spend a ton of time. Basically, you're going to be paid under wage of what the minimum wage is in your state or your country. But with that being said, that is in the beginning, and hopefully you can turn that around and have other people work for you in the end. Usually that is the goal of running and starting a business and being an entrepreneur. Now, that is one downside of being an entrepreneur. Let's jump into the second one. Now, the second one is something a little bit more deep. It is that you will start feeling lonely at times. This is definitely really true because you usually sit in your room or in a certain spot for a lot of time on your computer, or it may be physical work, not judging people. But for me, everything is online for me. For my businesses, I run them all online without touching any of the products that I drop ship. With that being said, sometimes I do feel lonely at not hanging out with friends, just having a fun time, having parties, etc. So with that being said, you will definitely start feeling lonely. This is without a doubt. You're going to spend a lot of time sitting at your computer or at your physical work, depending on what you're doing, and you're going to start feeling lonely. It's just like yourself hustling for the future and what you want to accomplish inside the future. And with that being said, it also, at the same time, your friends in real life will slowly disappear one by one until you have absolutely zero. And that is where I'm at today. Although I do have people added in my contacts list on my Snapchat, Instagram, I almost never talk to them on a daily. I know, I guess they are considered friends because I talk to them, but essentially I wouldn't really consider them friends because I don't really talk to them very often. And what this correlated me to is having a ton of online friends. Now, online friends are definitely a different type of friends, meaning they are on the other side of the country or in another state or even in another country, and we just talk over the internet basically. So online friends, I do have a ton of online friends. I started actually a Discord server of like-minded entrepreneurs, and we currently have 1,500 members inside of the server, and I could probably say at least a dozen of them are pretty close, and I talk to them almost on a daily. So really, my real life friends are almost zero, and all my online friends really they have the same mindset. They adopt the same the goal that we want to go after as an entrepreneur. And with that being said, being an entrepreneur, you want to surround yourself with other entrepreneurs that fit your same mindset, because if you start hanging out with the friends that don't fit your mindset, you're gonna, lose the focus or lose track of what you want to accomplish in your journey of being an entrepreneur and starting a business. Now, the third downside of being an entrepreneur is a bit different for everybody. It is that you won't get a lot of sleep. Now, this is a bit subjective because everybody requires a different amount of sleep. Some people require 6 hours is fine. Some people require 8 or 9 or something less. However, for me personally, this isn't really a big factor, but for a lot of people, this is really, really an issue of being an entrepreneur. A lot of my server members, they say, I'm going to grind. I'm going to do 18 hours no sleep or 24 hours, 48 hours no sleep. And this isn't something that is made up. People generally do this as an entrepreneur. They see the goal. They want to reach it faster. So they stay up, sacrificing sleep time to achieve their goal faster. So with that being said, a lot of entrepreneurs don't really get a lot of sleep. If you want to know how much sleep I get around 7 hours, give or take, depending. I have the same sleep schedule every day of the week. Even though I school and the weekends I sleep. So I wake up at 4:50 a.m. and I go to sleep at 9:30 p.m. This is Eastern time, just in case you were wondering. So as an entrepreneur, you're not gonna get a lot of sleep, basically. With that being said, everybody requires a different amount of sleep, and this downside is really just there to fit most entrepreneurs. When you lose a lot of sleep, you lose motivation, you lose focus, and you lose your goal. So for my fellow entrepreneurs that are watching this, do get your sleep. You need to get at least, I recommend 7 hours minimum, or as the average, as how much you need to sleep. Obviously, it depends on yourself, but 7 hours works perfectly for me. And you should set a set schedule. Preferably wake up no later than 5:30 a.m. to 6. That is the prime time when everyone's asleep in your house to go ahead and grind out those hours on your business and fast track you to success. Now, the last downside of being an entrepreneur is really, really tough. Now, it is that everyone will think you're insane. I've been wanting to talk about this for the past few months or years actually, but everyone thinks I'm insane for not going to college. Because simply putting it, all the other normal people out there thinking college is the necessity. You must go to college, you must complete education, get a good paying job, work your 9 to 5, save up that money and retire at 65 or whatever the mean age is nowadays. But when I told my parents, and especially my brother as well, my younger brother, and some of my close friends, that I'm not going to college, they think I'm absolutely insane for doing that, because they simply think that being an entrepreneur, you're wasting time working towards an unrealistic goal that you're not ever going to achieve. And it's better, safe to be sorry, just to go to college and have a fine 9 to 5 job that you can depend and get consistent income from. Now, although this is partly true in life, no risk equals no reward. Being an entrepreneur, there is definitely risk. There is downside of you can go business failing, something happening that causes you to go bankrupt, or anything really that can essentially set you back from achieving your goals. And with that being said, when you're an entrepreneur, everyone will think that you're absolutely insane. From just not going to education to taking risks and taking out a loan for your business, to investing in a certain asset or stock. It can be anything. But as an entrepreneur, a lot of people will start thinking that you're absolutely insane. Why aren't you following the masses? You're doing everything wrong according to their mind. I think I highlighted pretty much everything of some downsides of being an entrepreneur. However, there are a ton more of littler ones of being an entrepreneur that I do want to cover in the future, but for now, these are the big downsides of being an entrepreneur. If you found some value and you can relate back to this video in any way, feel free to comment below. I would love to connect with you and know a little bit more about what you're doing inside your entrepreneur journey. With that being said, make sure you smash the like button. It massively helps out with the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.